Sunday Morning Meltdown with your hosts, Anthony Ant-Man Schaefer, Josh, and the intern Siobhan, exclusively on musicfamiliaproductions.com.
Oh, good morning, Siobhan. Good morrow. Good morrow. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Can you hear yourself this morning?
I can't. I was just about to
can't hear
mention that
yourself.
to you.
See,
hey, wait.
What about now?
A little bit more. A little bit more.
What about now?
A little bit more.
Now?
Just a hair more.
Wow. Are you deaf?
No, these headphones suck.
No, as a matter of fact. How about now?
That's much better.
Cool. Good morning. Good morning. Sunday Morning Meltdown. Yours truly, Ant-Man versus, and the almighty Siobhan.
Oh, yeah.
So, first, we're missing a really big fella.
We are. And much love to him and his family.
I really want to just say, you know, I love you, Josh, and I have to adjust the camera. But day before yesterday, our coworker Josh lost a family member in a car accident. So, want to take a minute, during the show and give him a huge shout out and a huge love and support.
Absolutely, your family, bro. If you need us, we're here.
So what we got going on today? While I adjust this sexy camera, what do we got going on this morning, Siobhan?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. Of course, some horoscopes. We're going to talk about a boss that quit and then fired his entire staff in a F it email. Yeah, that's going to happen. And a lady that her boyfriend dumped her because of the smell of her vag.
Wait. It finally happened.
That's our love story for today, by the way.
It finally happened. Somebody got dumped because they smell bad vaginally.
Yes.
Awesome.
The smell of her vajayjay is why she got dumped.
Good morning, Jeff Dollar. I forgot to change
What up,
time.
sir?
5 a.m. is what time he got up. It's just now 7 a.m. here in the middle of Tennessee. Oh, man. He's like praying for you and your family, Josh. So, but yeah, man, it's crazy. All the things we went to the show over the weekend. I worked my ass off late last night to be able to get the interview done with Troy from Lovesick Radio.
Yeah, your wife was actually texting me. I think it was about 1 o'clock, and she was like, "Hey, so I am still sitting here waiting on him to come home and come to bed." And I was like, "Yeah, that sucks a lot." And she goes, "Yeah, it's frustrating." I was like, I get it. Because her and I are friends, and I'm her vent to person, so. Because I always find a way to justify it for her, so she's not angry at you.
Look, the bottom line is that I'm succeeding at what I love to do.
Right, and that's what I reminded her, and she's like, "Yeah, and you're right."
Finally succeeding.
Right, and she's like, "You're right." So that's why I'm not mad at him, but it's still frustrating.
It sucks.
She's like, "I want to go to bed, but I don't want to go to bed without my husband." I get it.
Nobody wants to go to bed without their husband.
Well, I don't know. Some people may.
You Tinder fuckers. No. Oh, man.
Swipe left.
Yeah,
Swipe right.
Right.
Swipe left.
Just keep
swipe
swiping.
Right.
Just keep swiping. I feel like Swiper started Tinder.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah. I never really thought about it.
Just keep swiping. Just keep swiping. swiping. So Dora was just preemptively promoting Tinder for years.
Just change the wording a little.
And we're right. Little kids were running around their room promoting Tinder before they even knew they were promoting stealing. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I read
yes.
it. So you got horoscopes today.
Of course.
Today.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have those at the top of the 9 o'clock hour.
Well, that's glorious. So you guys will notice that when you guys are hanging out with us live, Rocky XTV, I guess is
Hello, sir.
This is, I guess, where I'm supposed to since the YouTube partner's here, I'll do my job. Here we go. Ready? I want to thank all my sponsors. No, seriously though, I want to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors, man. Columbus Botanical Depot, my man Joe Brennan over there. 14 West Pasemont Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43202 614-407-4420. If you call over to Joe at cbdhemphealth.com or Columbus Botanical Depot and you call him and you say, hey, I was listening to Ant-Man on Sunday Morning Meltdown and Ant-Man Versus, and I'm interested in some products, he will knock off 10% of your first purchase. Not many people do that anymore.
Hey, 10%'s a good deal anymore.
It is.
You're lucky to get 5 most days.
Right. And I mean, 5%.
Hell, and most people don't even give a veteran discount anymore.
True that, dog. True that.
Like, literally. I worked, I won't call the company out, but I worked somewhere that didn't give the veteran discount. And I actually... my manager and I kind of sort of said, F it, and gave an older gentleman who had come in I think it's a 5% discount that they get anyway, so it's not like it's that large. But we went ahead and just gave him...
Not like it's that large.
I mean, yeah, so I don't understand. My point is I don't understand why companies don't just automatically give it.
Right.
If it's only 5%, you're losing, what, tax? Not even tax. That's less than tax.
Well,
Anyways.
I love it when they ask for the military discount, and then they're like, do you have your military ID?
Military. I was saying veteran, but yeah.
Well, no.
Early.
I was in Korea.
Right.
Well, do you remember the last 4 digits of your military ID number? Son, do you remember the last time, I was fighting for this country when you were in Right. Give me my damn coffee.
There's something, I don't know, there's a certain air, it's not really the word I want. There's a certain way that people who are originally military or from military, in the military, even for a short stint, there is a certain way that they carry themselves. It's like cops, the way that they carry you just know, like you can look at them and say, I bet they served, or they look like they're maybe in law enforcement. It's just a thing. Like it changes you in the way that you carry yourself and present yourself, I've noticed. And so, it's one of those things. Like, I had people that would come in when I worked at this place and they would say that they were, military and is there a discount, or they were a veteran. And, it was hard for me to have to say, I'm sorry, we don't. But this one older gentleman came in and he was just so sweet and so nice. And, I felt so bad for him because the look on his face when I said, I'm sorry, sir, we don't offer one, was just utter disbelief. Like,
right.
What do you mean I fought for this country and you're telling me that I can't get my discount here? Why? So I called my manager over, who has similar beliefs as I do, and she went into the system and rang it in as a coupon.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important. You know what I mean? And I don't think the disrespect of the people, it's not a way to get a good customer base.
Right. Well, it's like I said, it's not that large of it. It's like a 5% discount. So why isn't every store everywhere offering it? You offer a student ID, or a student ID discount. I mean, like 90% of places have a student discount option. They may not advertise it, but most places do. And all you have to do is show your student ID.
Well, I mean, and some places are like, "Are you a student?" Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they'll outright ask you.
You're right, but they don't follow. They don't follow through with asking for IDs much anymore.
Yeah, well, that's just because. Oh, I'm gonna touch some buttons here. That's mainly because the younger generation is less assertive, we'll say.
Yeah.
I'll delicately put that.
Rocky XTV said there's a Google truck outside the studio screwing your signal. That's exactly what it is.
Totally.
I don't know what it is that causes the video output low. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. So if you are out there, you're going to experience buffering because of YouTube.
Basically.
Because
everything in the studio is on point.
Right. $30,000. It better fucking be on point. Anyway. So, I think it's really important to know where you've been, to know where you're going. And one person that was able to really kind of enlighten us on that topic, I think, was Troy.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Brown, lead singer from Lovesick Radio. Had a chance to check out.
Very nice guy.
Got to finally see them live for a whole set and not just 2 minutes.
Right.
So it was really great to be able to stop and just take in good music. I don't think we get a chance to do that anymore, and I think it's really important that you get out there, check out a local show, see something spectacular, something you've never seen before. But to what we were talking about on Facebook Live, I think that the hilarious part about what's going on is everybody knew the show was coming. Everybody was like, wow, like, I've never seen a show like that. I'm like, but they happen all the time.
Right.
They happen all the time. So, I don't know. What was the best part of the show for you, Siobhan?
Honestly, I really enjoyed Wayland. Like, I've seen Hinder before, and, I know they've changed a little bit since then, but I have seen Hinder before. I have never seen Wayland before, and I had heard of them, but I had never actually gotten a chance to listen to any of their music, and I have to say that I was very impressed. I really, really enjoyed Wayland. Those guys are absolutely epically amazing and very clearly very confident in where they're at as a band and what they're doing as a band, and it shows on stage in their performance.
So we are being told that, okay, so it's green now, but Jeff Dollar was saying that he couldn't hear us. He's like, I can't even hear, no fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go, YouTube.
I know. I don't understand. Anyway, so I think
Rocky says YouTube is putting their new monetization algorithm in place today, so blame that. They started it yesterday at 2:30 and ending today at 2:30. It would make sense if they're changing.
It's gonna f up all my shit. God damn you, YouTube.
Right.
You better monetize my shit. Be playing no games with me. Be messing with my money. Just kidding.
Or the station's money.
So funny, right. So funny to, like, when we're in meetings, we're like, YouTube better cooperate, like we're threatening them,
right?
Like putting our finger in their proverbial chest, like, do this right now, like they're gonna listen to us. Like, I mean, come on, man. They could do that tomorrow. Jeff Dollar's like,
totally.
Can you just do that shit tomorrow? Like,
right.
God damn. So we have love, we have sex, we have horoscopes, we have a lot of this, a lot of that. I do want to mention Ryan Wood's Raw Designs, designsbyraw.com. I'm going to get Siobhan to put the .com in the chat room. Designs by Raw, and that's designs with a Z, not an F, by raw.com. Ryan Woods, 614-425-7901. And you'll be able to get a part of that. They're going to screw all of our ads. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Rocky. They're going to screw up a bunch of crap. Crazy. Is it stream complete? See? And it's not complete. It's still running! You can't stop me. So stupid.
Totally a technical difficulty sort of thing.
See, and there's really not much...
and there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to look into it. Rocky, if you're picking this up, I'm sure you are. Make sure... See what we can do, man. see what we can do about the low video output low. Write that down in your notes and see if you can research. You seem to be able to find the good info.
Well, I know part of it is probably just because we are live. There's definitely a difference between live and uploading, obviously.
That's stupid.
But
if Joe Rogan can go live, then I should be able to go live.
Joe Rogan's also like, a millionaire, whatever. I don't know. He's super rich because he's freaking famous. And,
He's probably only got 6 figures.
Nah, I say 7.
He's a comedian. He's probably only got 6 figures.
Yeah, maybe. But still, that's a hell of a lot of money.
Still a lot more than me. But,
right.
But the money doesn't make the product. Wait, yeah, it does.
I mean, it kind of does.
It kind of does. Rocky X TV.
It makes the platform for the product.
Rocky X. He goes, hope show goes well. I'll check back later. See y'all. Hope you have a great day. Jeff Dollar. And he goes,
oh, no.
He goes, oh, it came back. And then Rocky X goes, my computer says it needs to restart. Google traced my IP. So, a lot of things happened over the weekend that we weren't really expecting. One of those was to be able to actually sit down with Mitch Arnold from Wayland. I did an interview with him. That went off.
He is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. I was dying. Like, I had to step away from the camera a couple of times so that I could compose myself because I was losing it.
He's one of those kinds of guys that just keeps you guessing at every turn. And I had no idea that I was going to be able to do the interview with him. And finally, he just he was like, yeah, he came and found us.
Yeah, we were standing there, trying to figure out where to go next, what we were going to do next, making our plan. And he looks over and sees us, comes over. Hey, you got time to do that interview now? Well, as a matter of fact, yes, we do.
Yeah, and he brought over a new CD. As a matter of fact, Wayland's CD, Rinse and Repeat. I don't see albums with bonus. Excuse me. I don't see albums with bonus tracks that often.
Right, we were talking about that. I noticed that as well, that's got a couple of bonus tracks, and that's something that I feel like they don't do anymore. Or hidden tracks. There aren't hidden tracks anymore. So yeah, it's kind of nice to see a band that still does that. And I think that honestly some of that is attributed to their age because they are the older generation, if you will, of musicians, and that makes a big difference. I think that that's also something with the music scene too, is that if you look at the bands that have been around for a long time or the older guys who have been doing it for a while, their views and the way that they do things is a little different than the younger generation. Very much so.
Well, that comes down to, and Mitch said it best in an interview, they've all, and the same thing with Troy from Lovesick, both of those bands, I think all the bands on the bill for Columbus Events Group show Friday night, I think all the bands had come from other bands.
Right.
So, coming from another
makes
band, you've already made your mistakes, or at least half of them, or 5% of them. You've already made enough mistakes to know, all right, look, I don't fucking want this in my next band. I don't want this in my next, and I hate to say this. I think people are going to get really pissed off at me when I say this. I feel like the bands... No, Jeff, you did not miss horoscopes, bro.
9 o'clock hour, man.
9 o'clock hour, man. I feel like what it is, it's a bromance. It's not so much a band, it's a bromance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, and it has to be that way, really, because you got to think about it. Like, even if you're not traveling out of state or across country, and you're only going an hour or 30 minutes outside, like at some point you're going to have to ride with a bandmate. You're going to be in the car with a bandmate for a long period of time. And
you're gonna smell your people's dirty laundry.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week, depending on the band, you're crammed into a basement or, you know, a small room with these guys to practice. And so there has to be, I think, there definitely has to be that sort of bromance, if you will, that goes on between band members, because otherwise you'll get to the point where you're just at each other's throat.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of cases, I've seen it happen with local bands here in Columbus over the past years, and I've seen it destroy several really good bands solely because there was drama and
before they
the
even get started,
bromance
too.
wasn't tight enough, I feel like.
Before they even get started, like before they even get out of the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and it doesn't help either. And as a female, I can say this and be honest about it. It doesn't help either when you let your women create drama.
You know what? You realize.
I know I'm going to piss a bunch of people off.
Yeah, you realize.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. So
this is the face of I don't give a shit.
Hold on, do that again.
This is the face of I don't give a shit.
Okay. So, speaking of I don't give a shit, I did a Facebook Live yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that. The town hall meeting. I was at my other job, and I think I was, I don't know. I was probably helping her to the bathroom or something during it.
Look, I don't get fired up about much. When you get the chance, make sure you are using a consistent streaming bit rate and not any auto setting. Just read that can cause streaming issues. I will check. Amen.
Right?
Nice timing, Jeff. Nice timing. But you know, one thing, look. How do you guys feel about wasted media? It's a legit question. How do you feel about wasted media?
You have to give me some context on
All right.
what you mean.
All right, so look, and so this is a Sunday morning Meltdown show. We're all friends here. So I'm going to put it out there. So a month ago, I applied for media passes.
Right, I remember you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I applied for media passes for the Hinder show. Okay. And I went through the proper channels. Jeff Dollar's like, I saw your rant. I knew you could be feisty.
He absolutely can. He's got that small man complex where
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding.
Small man complex is where you have a big truck and a little dick and you
Right.
run around pushing around everybody. My thing is, I don't like it when people come in and manipulate, lie, excuse, and steal, and for lack of a better, use piss poor professionalism to and then call themselves media at the end of the day. Because what they don't realize and what they're not thinking about is that they are dragging down every media entity that they are out there representing. Because when you use the word media, you're encompassing everybody with you. You're not just saying, oh, well, it's just me, myself, and I. No, media. So if there's any media or any kind of representation there that night, you just made them all look like shit because you couldn't do your fucking job.
That is true.
And look, if you get a ticket, if you get a Siobhan, yeah, man, thank you. And if you get a ticket to a show and you have a job to do your fucking job to the best of your ability. If you're there to cover photos, take photos. And they better be good ones.
Right.
If you're
and also it better be from multiple positions and directions, and not sitting there in one place.
Now, hold on. Now I want to be clear because for photographers there's rules, for promoters there's rules.
There is.
And when you're in the photo pit, there's a three song
max
rule,
yeah.
Right? And you shoot your 3 and you get out,
right?
Well, you know what? That doesn't apply here because there was no photo pit.
No, the Alrosa doesn't have. They're not that big to where they have a photo pit.
And if they do have a photo pit, there's space in between.
Right. And their equivalent of the photo pit, if you will, is actually there on the backstage where you can go and get on the stage. So that would be like their photo pit.
Yep.
But, so in a case like if there's not a photo pit, then as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why you shouldn't be going to all angles of the stage. And, if you don't want to be down in the pit itself because your camera's expensive, I totally understand that. But the Alrosa is set up with areas along the entire pit area that face the stage where you can go and get a side view
vantage points from everywhere.
I personally am not a professional photographer, but I love photography, and I've gone to class. I've taken classes at Columbus State. I didn't get a degree in it because I didn't want to hate what I loved doing. So I decided not to pursue it as a career because I love it too much. And I know from personal experience of going to Alrosa, I would be all over the place. Mm-hmm. I used to get right up on the stage area and, up shots. And
dude, like my thing, excuse me, when I go to a show or I go to anything and I have a media pass or I have something of credential to be able to throw in, so like I Wayne's World the shit out of my experiences when I go to shows. And what I mean by that is when I walk through a show, I'm like ding 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 ding. Like I'm like looking all over the place. Anything that I can possibly do to get the shot, get the interview, get the whatever. And I see people, yes, you're going to have fans that have phones. Yes, you can't, look, you can compete and complain and bitch and argue about everybody's cell phones as much as you want, but that's never going to change. And in fact, it's probably going to get worse.
It just means you need to step up your game as a photographer, as a media influencer.
Right.
And be the best that you can be, and then some.
Right.
So if you see 12 people taking cell phone footage in the same spot, you go to a different angle and take it.
Yep.
And make sure that picture is tits and on point, and that you get it out within a couple of days, because most of those people are posting those pictures as they go. So if you don't get your pictures out within 3-4 days max, it's no longer relevant.
I'm tired of YouTube. You getting on my nerves. This is my Sunday morning show. It makes me mad, and it's really hard to call yourself a relevant media personality or relevant media source when it takes you 4 weeks to post anything from anything. And then and everything leading up to that post is an excuse and about why you couldn't and how you couldn't and why you didn't get everything done on time or whatever. Like, everybody has health problems. Everybody has issues. Everybody has this. Everybody has that. Hell, I'm disabled. Whatever. But you know what? I have a job to do. And if you're not doing your job, there's an effing problem. And you need to look at... you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And if you're part of the problem, you need to move out of the way so the solution can solve what's going on, what's going wrong. Because you're not just affecting you. If you want to be a hobbyist, great. But don't put yourself as a media.
Right.
Don't call yourself that.
Well, and I think part of some of the issue too is, there are so many people that are like, I want to do photography, and the main people like the John Paynes and the Jeremy D. Moores and
I'm sorry to name drop, by the way.
Well, because everybody, I do it because everybody knows who they are. They've been around for a long time. They're staple photographers,
Right.
But then you have all these people, and I could name a half a dozen of my friends right off of my head. I won't. That have up and said, "Oh, I'm doing photography," and then 3 to 6 you don't see anything.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard. I mean, photography is, and that's another reason.
It's its own art form. It's
and that's another reason why, like I said, I didn't do anything myself, and I just took personal photos because I didn't want to compete with someone.
I think what it is they see people. A lot of people get recognition for taking a lot of nowadays, I guess in 2017, 2018, I guess a lot of people are getting recognition. They're award-winning photographers, but they shot on an iPhone 8.
Right.
You know, and so the photographer, someone needs a good stiff punch in the dick. You know what they are expecting and what they're getting are two different things, and the average photographer has to, okay, well, so I'm gonna get this shot that I normally get, and then I'm gonna have to have my hero GoPro camera up above the crowd to be able to get that, and then you know what you're doing is you're building up the situation to where it's no longer anybody's ability to be able to compete or have fun. It's no longer a hobby. Everybody's like, oh, great. Well, I don't want to go shoot photos. I don't want to take pictures anymore. I don't want to do that at a show anymore. You know, it's kind of like what you had said. You know, as soon as it becomes a job, then you're like, fuck this.
Right. Well, and there is a sense to what my actual point is that you have all these people that are popping up wanting to do it, and the problem is because they really don't have a sense of what they're doing or what it actually means to be what they're doing. You find that they don't present themselves correctly.
Good morning, Ripper Radio.
How you doing? So they don't present themselves correctly, and because of that, there are issues. Like, for example, yes, photography is a media. However, if you are photography, you should be presenting yourself as photography, not just media, as in my opinion. And if anyone has any difference on this, please weigh in. I would love to hear everyone's opinion. But my thought and opinion of it is that if you are a photographer, you should be presenting yourself as photography or photography media.
Right.
But it shouldn't be, oh, I'm media. It should be, I do photography. I'm the photographer here to shoot the show. Whereas you and I present ourselves as media because that's what we are. That's what we do. We come in and we cover the show. We write a review of the show. We interview the bands or band members.
We interview.
Yes.
We interview now. We do that.
Yeah, that kind of morning. We interview the band members or the bands that are available to do so. We put those interviews out for the public to see. That, as far as I'm concerned, that is actually media. That encompasses media. Photography is an entity of its own, and it should be labeled as such. You're not media if you're a photographer.
No disrespect.
You're a photographer.
No.
And that's not, not like, that's just my personal, like I said, my personal opinion and view on it and how I see it. And that's from literally growing up in the Columbus music scene and from back in the day when I was younger. Like, that's how it was. Media was one thing, radio stations, etc. Photography was another, and it was photography. It wasn't media.
You know, and what kills me is
there are photo passes and there are media passes. There's a reason for that. Right. I guess is what I'm getting at.
Right, and so I'll go back to what I'll fill everybody in because I kind of went off on that, so I apologize. So I applied for media passes over a month ago, maybe 2 months, month and a half, and I went through the channels of the promoter who was putting on the show. And so they were like, yeah, that's good, you know, that's great. Well, so I get there the day of show, and I get there early, and I get set up, and I am going to get, excuse me, I apologize, burp, sponsored by Starbucks. I went to the show, got set up, and you guys know me, man. When I go to a show, I'm early. Like, I don't fuck around. I like to get in there, get set up, get the interviews, find out who needs to talk to, like all that, because you don't just walk into a show when you're in a media or you're in any kind of position in the music scene, unless you're a fan. It's the only time that you can walk in and I think be all right with not knowing what's going on. Like, if you're working a show, if you're working a bill, Gotta run the kid to work. Not really a kid anymore, I guess. This is true,
No,
Rocky X.
it's crazy how big she's getting.
Yeah. And we mean tall. We mean tall.
Yeah.
We mean tall. I can't believe she's driving. Holy crap.
I know, right? I feel so old.
Anyway, so I think what I was saying was, if you're a promoter, if you're a venue owner, if you're working at the bar, if you're in a working capacity of the show that you're on or whatever, and you know less about it than the fans coming to the show, there's a problem. And I spoke with the promoter, I spoke with everybody, I got everybody on the same page, and lo and behold, there was one media pass, but somebody went outside of the normal channels or the normal routes of it all?
No. They did it properly for what they do, and that's where my point comes in of knowing what you do and how to present yourself for what you do.
Right.
With what they do was done correctly. They went through the bands, and that's what you're supposed to do for what they do.
For that particular...
For that type of media.
Right.
So...
I think the thing is...
Whereas for us, it's something where we go through the promoter of the event or the venue or whoever's hosting the event, because that's where...
it's man, there's so many... I just feel like there should be one streamlined way. There should be one streamlined about it to go. I feel like because you get mixed signals, you get conversations, you get all that going on, and then it goes back to the social media thing. You're creating event, and you're pulling people further and further away from it. And I was upset because I had promoted and I had gotten the whole company on the idea that we were going to be doing this interview with them, and we even promoted for it on our shows. Like
well, we were under the understanding that the media pass had been given to you, and so we were going to get this interview. We were going to be able to do it, and everything would be good.
I showed up to the event, got everything taken care of. We checked in, and we find out that no, because this quote unquote media is here. That was the one pass, and so our interview and our opportunity is scrubbed because this person or this entity is here. Well, that's fine. I get that. That's not my problem.
Right.
My problem is that if you are going to be that entity, if you're going to be that part of it, then do your damn job. That's it. Do your damn job. I don't want to see you sitting on your cell phone during the show watching a hockey game. I don't want to see you sitting on your phone talking on social media. You have a job to do. Shoot your photos, do what you need to do, and that's it.
And stay until the very last song ends.
And you stay until the very last song ends. If your media pass is for Hinder, if your media pass is for Josh Todd, if
you don't leave before they're done.
I don't care if Josh Todd is gone. I don't give a shit. You are there until the end of the show. And I don't care. Like, and the thing is a lot of people get mad at me about it. They get mad at me because I don't take excuses very well. Like, I'm disabled myself. I hurt too. I have a daughter. I'm a husband. I'm married. Yes, I have life too. But you know what? I hang that shit up at the door. Because it doesn't and shouldn't have any place in there, because it's not about me, it's about them.
Right.
You know? And I'm so tired of watching people come in and manipulate, lie, excuse, twist, turn, do this stupid shit that they do. And then they look back and fuck you, hater! What's going on, Dave? Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
No, there shouldn't. It's up to an artist if they want their name put out there. Well, it's not, right, exactly. And I'm sorry, but the photographers that I know, the people that I know, put themselves in the positions to get the good shots. They don't pull up a chair in the middle of a room and sit and wait for the best shot to happen. They go find that shot. And that is what I'm talking about. That is the point. I go and find the story. I don't wait for the story to come to me.
Well, that, you know, they may use their cell phone for video because video does take up a lot of capacity of memory.
I get that. That's fair. Fine.
But they're not taking regular shots on their phone.
No.
They're using their good camera that they paid good money for.
You know, I had a conversation with a local photographer, and he told me that the main reason why they don't shoot video with their DSLRs, and because they're mixing photography with video, both of them equally take up a lot of space. So most photographers don't carry that kind of memory on them in any given time, which is fine. I get that, but then you should know your venue. If you're a photographer, you've been to enough venues, you should know your venue. So when you get into that venue, you're like, all right, so there's 1,000 people here. I got 4 shots out of 10 that I know I can get because there's so many people in here. So I need to get these 4 shots first and then go whatever. And I might be wrong. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, photographers fucking rip my ass. That's fine. I'll take it. But at the same time, man, I know photographers that don't have the problems that this particular entity has, and I know photographers that have a lot more problems than this entity has,
right?
And still is able to turn them out. And when you use your health or your whatever as an excuse, I feel like you're getting a free ticket that could have been. I mean, if you're getting a free media pass and you go in and you don't get your best out of it, I feel like you just stole it from somebody who could have got a good shot. There could have been...
It's basically a waste at that point. And
Can I ask you a question, Siobhan? Being a photographer, knowing what you know, what you say, little you know, would you say that you know enough to know that if you leave early, like in the middle of a set, do you believe that you're gonna have your $1 million shot in those the first shots you got? Or
you never know when that $1 million shot's gonna come. And if you're not there for the whole show, you might miss it.
So you think maybe that even though she left 3 songs early, even though if they left 3 songs early, those 3 songs could have been one of the moneymaker shots.
Right. I mean, it's very possible. But the thing about it is not so much that as it is... You're there to do a job, and that job is set from the time that the show starts until the show ends. And you don't leave work early when you're getting paid, so why would you leave a show early when you're doing photography?
My vagina hurts. I need to go home.
I just, it's very much so a thing of... You're there to do a job and provide a service. And if you leave early, then you aren't providing your full service. So you should have not even come at all, basically.
I don't know. Maybe I spent too much time on it, but I just kind of, I know how hard I know how hard it is to be relevant. I know how hard these artists and musicians are working to stay relevant and to stay on top of their game. So I guess it just discourages me and gets me frustrated, passionate about what I do. So when I see them take a hit like that, I'm kind of just like, ugh.
It's understandable.
So what's going on, Siobhan? What do you got for us?
Oh, well, let's see here. Oh, I think... Well, actually, it's about that time we got to pay bills, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll do that, and when we come back, we'll do horoscopes.
Jeff Dollar's a Taurus, so we got to make sure we get
I will
Jeff.
make sure that I cover his. Yeah, I saw that. But we don't want the bosses mad.
No. So we'll do that. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.
Do you need home repairs? Do you want a new style to your home but don't know where to start? We'll call Kimball Home Repairs and Renovations, and owner and founder Glenn Kimball will come out personally and give you an estimate on the job. Commercial or residential, we can do it. Kitchens, bathrooms, basements, we can do it. Drywall, paint, flooring, plumbing, we can do it. Whatever the job, big or small, we can do it. For over 35 years, Kimball Home Repairs and Renovations has satisfied thousands of customers with high-quality service at reasonable rates. Please call Glenn Kimball for your free estimate at 614-206-9459. Again, that's 614-206-9459. Or email at kimballddrywallandpaint@yahoo.com. Kimball Home Repairs and Renovations has been family-owned for the past 35 years, and we now consider you part of the family too. Please call at 614-206-9459 for your free estimate now.
Hey, do you have a job that requires a trucking company? Here at Monessen Trucking and Repair, Monessen specializes in hauling, such as gravel, asphalt, and dirt. There's no job too big or too small. Here at Monessen, we have over 40 trucks to serve your hauling needs. Also, during the 27 years of being in business, Monessen specializes in repairing heavy and light-duty equipment, any engine size from a pickup truck to a D9 dozer. Broke down? Here at Monessen, they also make service calls. Get you up and running again. Give Don or Brian Monessen a call at 614-921-9183 or stop by at 1715 Atlas Street in Columbus off of Trade-U or at MonessenTrucking.com. Remember, needing material hauled or equipment fixed, give a call to Monessen Trucking and Repair.
This couch is driving me crazy. I just can't seem to get comfortable no matter how hard I try.
Well, no wonder. That thing is older than Noah's Ark. I think it's time you get some new furniture.
Maybe when I win the lottery.
You don't need lucky numbers. Just head down to Payless Furniture and Mattress on 5139 East Main Street in Whitehall.
As old as this thing may be, it still is quality. I don't want to sacrifice that for some cheap furniture.
Payless Furniture and Mattress carries all Ashley furniture, so you know it's top of the line, and I assure you, you won't find a lower price in town. You can get brand new sofas and love seats starting as low as $5.99. And if you're looking to upgrade the bedroom, you can get a suite that includes headboards, rails, dresser, and mirror for only $399.
Okay, that all sounds great, but there is no way they will pass me after they see my credit score.
Payless Furniture and Mattress doesn't do credit checks. All you need to do is take them either a 30-day printout of your bank statement, recent pay stub, voided check, or a bank verification form. Hey, where are you going?
I'm making my way down to Payless Furniture and Mattress.
Great, I'll give them a call at 614-866-9755 and let them know we're on our way.
Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.
The Old Bag of Nails, located in Gahanna at 63 Mill Street off of Hamilton Road and Granville Street in the Creekside Plaza, offers you the best in fried fish, along with mouth-watering soups and salads, and the best sandwiches and steaks in Central Ohio. You're guaranteed to leave satisfied and wanting more. So take it from us at The Score. If you're looking for the best fried fish and the finest burgers and steaks, visit the friendly folks, The Old Bag of Nails, 63 Mill Street in Gahanna in the Creekside Plaza. Or give them a call at 614-337-9430. That's 614-337-9430.
Saturday, December 9th, 2017, Al Rosavilla, Big Smoke, Mike Bama, Jay Lou, Rich Regal, Big Poe, all under one roof with local support from Six Gun Justice, and DJ Cyrus Neutron is going to be spinning it all night long. Check out Lynettes Country BBQ on the patio. Tickets are $17 in advance, $20 at the door. There's a $3 surcharge for anyone under 21. Make sure you drink and drive responsibly. 5055 Sinclair Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43229, man. See you guys there. Tickets are available, ticketfly.com. From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady. Get over to ZTPMag.com. What's going on, Music Familia? Welcome back to the show. We are hanging out live. Good morning, Sunday morning meltdown with
What
your
up,
host,
y'all?
Ant-Man and Siobhan. What's up, Siobhan?
Not too much.
Oh, so we have to obviously get the bitrate issue taken care of. As I'm being told, that's something that we need to work on. And so that's something we'll be working on this afternoon.
Absolutely.
You guys also heard the promo for the Big Smo show on December 9th.
Super excited about that.
And I've got my media pass in for that. So we
Yeah.
might be sitting down with Big Smo. And
That would be amazing.
mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure I already have my babysitter lined up. I got to double check with them today, but
the thing that I love about what we do is we get to meet a lot of people.
oh yeah.
And it's never a dull moment. It's always something. We never know what we're gonna get. And so you're gonna do horoscopes,
That I am.
and while you do the horoscopes, I'm gonna open up the phone lines for people who want to call in to get their horoscope read. Try to kind of do it together.
Gotcha.
So 614-916-6372.
Alrighty. Well, today's birthday horoscope. Deep down, you know what it is you should be doing, and what occurs over the next 2 or 3 months will compel you to get started on it at last. Always look forward, never look back, and treat each other and every day as a new beginning.
Kind of like the baby project that I have to start next weekend.
Oh yeah, your wife was telling me about that.
I'm excited.
She's excited too. So let's see here. I guess we'll go ahead and do Jeff's first. Jeff Dollar, this is for you, sir. You said you're a Taurus. Now is the time to open your heart and let loved ones know how you feel about them. Your ruler Venus is in opposite sign from Tuesday onwards. Will make it... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Venus in your opposite sign from Tuesday onwards will make it easy for you to show your affectionate side. Don't hold back.
Jeff says his birthday is May 7th. So,
Nice.
hell yeah, man. Well, it seems like you need to go buy a lottery ticket.
That doesn't really sound like buy a lottery ticket kind of horoscope there.
No, it doesn't. It was worth a shot, though. Oh,
But
shit.
it
Dave
does
Sheets.
sounds like a spread the love.
I was going to spread something, right? Good morning. You are on Sunday Morning Meltdown. What's going on?
I can't believe I'm up this early.
I can't believe you're up this early.
Dude, I woke up at 7:30. I'm wide awake. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? I go to the bathroom. The dogs are freaking out. They want fed. I'm like, dude, go to bed. What are you guys doing? So I'm like, F it. I'm going to wake up, drink some coffee, start working on photos. I'm like, I cannot believe I'm up this early. So Maddie wakes up. She's like, it's fallback, right? We got an extra hour of sleep. I'm like, oh, my God, dude. I was freaking out thinking I woke up way too early. If you can't tell, I'm all jacked up on some espresso.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Our morning show is powered by Starbucks this morning.
Yes.
Right. Hell yeah.
What's going on, Dave? So what is your, first and foremost, we're in horoscopes. So what's your sign? We'll do your horoscope.
Aquarius, February.
Alrighty. Be ambitious. Be assertive. Above all, believe, really, truly, totally believe that you deserve the best and are capable of getting it. This can be one of the most productive times of year for you, so stop complaining and get to work.
Uh-oh, that's a sign.
Well, as I'm sitting here working on some maternity photos that I took.
Well.
Well, that's a sign. I don't know if it's a sign you're going to have a baby, but it might be a sign you need to, your work's going to turn around.
Yeah, well, I'm working and I'm being ambitious, and you know I do deserve the best, and I got the best with Natty.
Aww.
Nice suck up on air, Dave.
That was a Valentine's Day radio promo if I've ever heard one. So I want to ask you, man, what is your take about a wasted media opportunity?
Well, I caught the tail end of you guys talking about it, and you know, you were saying something about you think there should just be one way to go through, you know, to get that opportunity. But I don't know what you guys were talking about, so I kind of missed your conversation there. I chimed in late. I was sitting here working, and I got on YouTube, and it prompted me you were on. I'm like, oh man, I totally missed, you know, the first half hour. So
okay,
I missed what you were talking about.
All right. So what we're talking about here is, you know, basically any part of a show. When you're talking about a show or a bill, and you have promoters, venues, and everybody's involved, and everybody's going towards this specific date. You know, what we're talking about is how, when you properly apply for media or whatever, sometimes, you know, Siobhan had brought up that photographers have to go through management of bands to ask for permission, but sometimes media doesn't get that opportunity. The media actually has to go through the promoters of the shows. So sometimes the directions can get kind of miscued, and it can create miscommunications, which in turn creates miscommunications towards everybody who's trying to promote the same event, and really pulling everybody away from it instead of putting everybody in the direction of it.
Well, that's okay. So now, we're talking about a mid-level tier band then. So,
right. Yeah. We're not talking about a national act. Yeah, you know, because nationals, they have their chain of command. You know, that's how that works. But we're talking about the local guys, you know, who don't have a manager, don't have that, you know, don't have any of that stuff, you know, and you know, if you get an opportunity to get a media pass or any kind of credential, then I think you not only owe it to the profession that you're in, but you owe it to the person and the people that gave you the opportunity to make it the best damn opportunity you can. And if it's wasted, and if you leave early, and if you make excuses, then I feel like there should be some kind of accountability. You should be held accountable, you know. And I understand family emergencies happen. I understand that everybody's got jobs. You know, I think there's a difference between excuses and life.
Well,
right.
This is my thing about.
Go
ahead, Dave.
I mean, it depends on why you're there, who you're there for, what you're there for. You know, there's a lot of variables. If you're working for a promoter and the promoter has their neck on the line for what's going on, then you better work your ass off for the promoter. If you went through the band just because you want to page or your website with band photos, or, you know what I mean? Like, then does that even deserve a media pass? If you're just there because you want to be cool and take pictures and put them on your Facebook. I mean, I've been shooting bands I worked at the Alrosa for a long time, and I would always just take my camera and do whatever I wanted, and I'd shoot all the time. So that's what got me started. So, yeah, I kind of got sidetracked, but it just depends on why you're there.
See, and I agree with that, and that's kind of what I was going to say, you know, because the thing about the Alrosa is when it comes to photography, it's kind of a free-for-all. So you don't really need any kind of media pass for photography at the Alrosa. Now, if you are specifically wanting to meet with the band like backstage or, you know, out back, something like that on their tour bus, then of course, absolutely go to that band and say, hey, I'd like to do photography. I'd like to, you know, come and take pictures of you guys on the bus to show what your life is like in the, you know, on the road, whatever. Sure. But,
right.
You know,
now, it pretty much is a free-for-all because they'll let anybody come in with a camera most of the time, unless the band states, you know, no professional photography, no. They'll tell the venue in advance, like, no cameras. You know, when I worked there, it was camcorders and whatever. But
You just dated yourself, buddy.
right. Well, camcorders were outdated. It was you still had a camcorder and you weren't taking videos on your cell phone.
That's like the bag phone.
In the early 2000s. Yeah. That more was fun.
No, I just feel like any job you do, when we're talking about music and we're talking about the industry, you're so fucking fortunate to be able to do it in the first place that I feel like if you squander it, I just feel like it should be a little harsher than just 3 strikes you're out. It should be like 3 strikes and you're fucking blacklisted. Like if you're part of the if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And I feel like a lot of the problem is that we don't get a chance to hold the people accountable for their actions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this conversation stemmed from, but if there's something that happened or whatever, if I missed that part of it, but I mean, yeah.
What's your what?
It comes down to values, work ethic, and morals, and if you lack that, you're obviously, or if you have that, you're obviously better than the other person, and I mean, you should succeed over that anyway.
What's your take on turnaround time, Dave? As a photographer, what's your take on turnaround time?
See, it's different for me because I've worked in the music industry. You know what I mean? Like I worked for a venue. I've worked for venues for a very long time. So I'll shoot and I'll sit on pictures I have folders on my computer right now, 10 years old, that I've never touched a photo. And I'm friends with Lovesick, and everybody says that, but they're actually really good friends of mine. I have probably 6,000 usable photos of those guys that I have never touched, and it's because I'm just always so busy. But the regular photographer, I would say your turnaround time, if you go to an event, should be 5 days. And you don't have to post 100 photos, and that's a whole other conversation. But you should put out, 5 to 10 photos within 5 days of the event that you covered.
Fair enough. And I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot if if it's past a week. I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot because that band's already forgot about you.
Right. And if you're asking the band, you're networking. If a band lets you in, and if someone's more than a local and they're on the road, you want to make them happy because it's called networking. So, hey,
right.
I'm going to take this one picture that's awesome. I got however many money shots. This is my favorite one. I'm going to make it thick as fuck. I'm going to send it to them. I'm not going to post it. I'm going to send it to them. And then you network. Oh, hey, I shot for so-and-so. Blah, 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 blah. You can reach out to their manager, and that's how you build yourself up. Now, I don't want to give out free advice. But,
for $39.95. For $39.95, you can have Dave teach you how to post photos. No, man, I appreciate you calling in today, weighing in. I just wanted to pick your brain on that as a photographer and ask your advice on that, man. But
for sure. For sure. I can't believe I'm up early listening to the show. Sundays, I usually sleep till about 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
It must be nice, right.
All right, well, you guys have a good one. I'll be listening to the rest of the show while I'm sitting here working on some pictures.
All right, Dave. Have a good day, man.
For paying clients.
For paying clients.
The important things.
Later, buddy. Have a great day.
Later. I don't shoot for free.
Oh, man. Our man, Dave Sheets, Photo Nation AP. Man. We gotta get with him to do some studio photos. As a matter
I love
of fact.
that ginger.
Yeah. The only ginger Jesus I will follow. No, but I think it's right. I totally agree. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an asshole. I don't know. Maybe that's what it comes down to. Maybe I'm just an asshole. So, Siobhan, I know you're doing horoscopes. Go ahead and finish your horoscopes.
I am. So Gemini, for all the fellow Geminis out there and myself. If you find that you are working so hard that you don't have any time for fun and games, then obviously you're doing something wrong. Maybe it's time to take a look at your schedule and make a few changes, the kind that benefit you.
Wow.
Well, eat a big old bag of dicks. Moving on. Virgo, for the Ant-Man. Words come easily to you now, and you won't hesitate to let others know what is on your mind, whether they want to know it or not. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but your words paint pictures that are impossible to ignore.
How about facial expressions?
Well, it's funny, you know, of the topic of today for that to be your horoscope. I know you're a skeptic and all, but yeah.
Skeptic. I just flat out don't fucking believe. Like, I'll be honest. I just don't believe. Like, and we're going to have to talk about that whole thing. It's just coincidental, man. Like, that's all it is.
So something that I decided I'm going to start doing
No.
is reading my daughter's horoscope as well. She is an Aries, and if you bet against the odds this week, you may come out on top, but
shit.
more likely you will lose out in a big way. So err on the side of caution and keep your money in your pocket. Remember, there is no such thing as a sure thing.
Wow.
Well, she is trying to learn how to roll over, so maybe that's what it's talking about.
I mean, yeah, there could be that. There could be that.
No, but speaking of proud mommy moment here, she's moving on to a big girl bed, sort of. She was in the bassinet, well, the lounger for a while when she came home because of her reflux. We couldn't put her flat. But nonetheless, she has moved out of bassinet stage, and she is officially into the crib stage now. She's been sleeping by herself now for almost a month now, probably. And I'm proud to say that she, for the first night, she slept in her pack and play because I have yet to put her crib together, or her room together for that matter.
I heard I heard that's next weekend.
Yeah. There's some things that need done for me to be able to do it. You know, because she was sleeping in my room, in my husband's room, you know, mine and my husband's room. And then when we moved her out of our room to try and start that process, you know, we put her in my office because her room wasn't ready, and it was right, you know, the office is right there. We could hear her still and everything. So, but yeah, she's officially sleeping in a big girl style bed now, slept in the pack and play. And this morning when I left to come into the studio, she looked so super uber comfortable. It was the cutest thing in the world. She turns in her sleep. She like rotates. And so I had placed her this way, and when I left, she was this way. So, yeah. And, you know, she used to do it in the bassinet, and she would get wedged in the sides. So now she's very comfortably able to move around and you know, do what she needs to when she's sleeping.
Dave says he doesn't believe in the hype either when it comes to horoscopes. He said if you read your horary for another month, it will relate to you. So 3 people who have birthdays today, they'll give you an opportunity. Joseph M. Randall, Shelly Shells Gillenwater turns 46 today, and Mike York turns 59. So, yep. So 3 birthdays right there today.
Well, happy birthday to you guys. And if you didn't hear it and would like to see what your horoscope is for today, that is posted on my Facebook page at Siobhan MFP.
Rocky X is back!
What up?
So, Rocky X is back just in time. We're going to go pay some bills. When we come back, we're going to talk about Charles Manson being eligible and possibly up for parole. A model inmate now, but he used to be a terror. So
Comments reserved.
Yeah. So, do you have any other? Did you have any other horoscopes, Siobhan?
No, I didn't see anybody else popping into
I just
the
want to make
chat.
sure. What about Rocky?
I don't. He'd have to remind me what his his is.
Old as shit. I mean.
Yeah, I don't actually remember off the top of my head. I know I've read his once before, but Rocky, if you'd like your horoscope read, throw it up in there what it is, and I will gladly do it for you.
Sweet. So we'll do that.
I'll look for that. I've got it up just in case.
Oh, man. All right, so what we're going to do, we are going to go pay some bills. He says Aquarius.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we actually, Dave.
He wasn't
was
here.
Aquarius,
Yeah,
but I will reread it for you here real quick. Be ambitious, be assertive, above all, believe, really, truly, totally believe that you deserve the best and are capable of getting it. This can be one of the most productive times of year for you, so stop complaining and get to work.
Rocky, this is where you lean over to Mrs. Rocky X and say, "Oh, how I love thee." Just kidding, Mrs. Rocky X. Hopefully you don't shoot me, stick me, or
love that woman.
Shiv me or stuff me in a barrel or a drum. I know you still work for that drum factory. Making bodies disappear since 1966. Now, so we're going to get into this right here. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back after this. We're going to talk about this. Charles Manson, an honorable prisoner. Like, model inmate. Wow. I don't even know. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.
Saturday, December 9th, 2017, Alarosa Villa. Big Smoke. Mike Bama. Jay Lou. Rich Regal. Big Poe. All under one roof with local support from Six Gun Justice. And DJ Cyrus Neutron is going to be spinning it all night long. Check out Lynettes Country BBQ on the patio. Tickets are $17 in advance, $20 at the door. There's a $3 surcharge for anyone under 21. Make sure you drink and drive responsibly. 5055 Sinclair Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43229, man. See you guys there. Tickets are available, ticketfly.com.
The Old Bag of Nails, located in Gahanna at 63 Mill Street off of Hamilton Road and Granville Street in the Creekside Plaza, offers you the best in fried fish, along with mouth-watering soups and salads, and the best sandwiches and steaks in Central Ohio. You're guaranteed to leave satisfied and wanting more. So take it from us at The Score. If you're looking for the best fried fish and the finest burgers and steaks, visit the friendly folks, the Old Bag of Nails, 63 Mill Street in Gahanna in the Creekside Plaza, or give them a call at 614-337-9430. That's 614-337-9430.
From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady. Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. At Cold Cock, we believe life is about taking your shot. It's about sharing your soul with the people who care to listen, not selling it to whoever will buy it. At Cold Cock, we also believe fine spirits are truly about celebrating the greatest moments in life with true friends. And that's what we strive to put into every bottle of Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. So here's our best wish to whatever you raise your glass for. Take your shot. Cold Cock American Herbal Flavored Whiskey. Must be 21 to drink, and please drink responsibly.
Hey, Music Familia, you're kicking it live with Ant-Man only on musicfamiliaproductions.com. Remember, CBD living water is for the living. Get yours today.
Strapped for cash? Everything Goes wants to sell you quality merchandise at 50% to 75% off retail price. Everything Goes Resale will purchase your items if they are in good condition, whether it's new or used furniture, small or large appliances, electronics, jewelry, tools, or anything that you have sitting around your house. If you are in need of quality items in your home or apartment, they've got it. Located at 5105 East Main Street. Store hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. You can call them at 614-864-GOES or find them online at everythinggoes.biz. Mention squirrelair.com and you'll receive an additional 10% off all retail. So if you are in need of cash or if you would like to purchase quality furniture, home decor, etc. at 50% to 75% off retail, then Everything Goes is your answer. Again, their number is 614-864-4637 and are located at 5105 East Main Street, Columbus, Ohio. Everything Goes Resale, serving your buying and selling needs. See Tony and don't forget to mention Squirrel on Air for an additional 10% off all retail.
I, like many others, lived my life thinking it would never happen to me. When I received the news after a normal doctor's appointment that changed my life, I was diagnosed with cancer. I thought, how could this happen to me? And where would the money come from for treatment? After turning to my pastor for guidance, he referred me to Christians Overcoming Cancer, a faith-based organization. Christians Overcoming Cancer is a 501c3 nonprofit organization helping cancer patients succeed on their road to recovery through awareness, emotional support, and financial relief. Any person in active treatment for cancer can apply for assistance. If you'd like to give donations, they can be given online at www.christiansovercomingcancer.com, at any Huntington Bank location via U.S. Mail, 200 East Campus View Boulevard, Suite 200, Columbus, Ohio, 43235, or by phone at 614-985-3750. Christians Overcoming Cancer, helping everyone succeed on their road to recovery.
For the finest in Asian cooked cuisine food, visit the Rice Kitchen Asian Cuisine. Conveniently located in Columbus at 3976 Alum Creek Drive, they offer the finest in dining in a friendly and cozy environment. Every dish includes the freshest and finest picked ingredients cooked to your liking while providing the healthiest, most nutritious foods. The staff at Rice Kitchen takes pride in knowing every patron is satisfied and comfortable. Open 11 to 10 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 11 Friday and Saturday, and 3:30 to 9 on Sunday. Visit them at 3976 Alum Creek Drive or give them a call at 614-491-8252.
What's going on, Music Familia? Welcome back to the show. Siobhan, stuff in her face.
Yeah, I'm having a fat kid moment. Starbucks.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, it's like that, is it?
Yeah. Okay, real quick, I just have to tell people how we got free Starbucks this morning.
Ugh.
So if you are a Starbucks fan, the best way to do it is get a card, create an account, get the app, and just buy when there are star dashes. Just buy the stuff when there's star dashes, complete the star dashes. I've got like 4 free drinks right now, or items, whatever, just from star dashes. I don't ever buy Starbucks unless there's a star dash. All right, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Hashtag Siobhan rant.
It's not even really a rant. Siobhan's tips.
Hashtag Siobhan's fat kid moments.
Right. Yeah, that's
sponsored by. No. So you're pretty young, Siobhan.
Not that young, but thanks.
Well, but I mean, you don't really like remember Charles Manson stuff. Like, I mean,
oh yes, I do.
Do you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm old enough to remember that.
What do you most remember?
I think what I remember most is the trial and the girls going into the courtroom with the pentagrams in their head and him carving his in his head. Or not pentagrams, but inverted pentagram. Yeah, I think that's what I remember the most, honestly, is I remember seeing it on the news, and I was just like, wow, really? Like, I really don't understand that.
Right.
Why would you... I mean, I guess... And I was old enough to, like, you know... I was old enough to be like, oh, well, I get why, but... God, why? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, dude, every interview, anything that I've really ever seen, like, anything I've ever seen with him, he just looks scary as shit.
Yeah. Well, and I'll be honest, like, I love psychology. I took psychology classes when I was in school, and, excuse me, I've always followed what goes on with him. Because it's very intriguing to me how someone has the ability or had the ability. And I know that the drugs had a lot to do with it, obviously, but the ability to convince so many people that
It's kinda
he
like
was
the one cult
basically
guy
a
who made him
god.
drink Kool-Aid,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. It's like that, drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, exactly. And it amazes me how someone can be that psychologically overpowering for someone that they just go, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can't believe that they would even consider this. So I got this story live here. So Charles Manson is now a model prisoner because wreaking havoc behind bars is apparently a young man's game these days.
Well, I mean, he
says
is
Charles. Yeah.
60s, I believe. I'm
So,
gonna find out.
sources with California Department of Corrections tell us that the soon-to-be 83-year-old murderer hasn't violated prison rules since February 29, 2016, when guards found him in possession of a cell phone, a big no-no in prison. Prison officials believe that Manson's on a 20-month goody two-shoes streak simply because of old age and health complications. But Manson has not always been a model prisoner, as we all know. Far from it, as a matter of fact. We obtained Manson's rap sheet while he's been in prison, and he's tested patients for decades. There are over 100 infractions, all right, that go back to 1972. Are you guys ready for this? This is crazy. This is right here. October 1972, refused to shave because that was something back then that was a big deal.
Right.
July 1973, assault on staff. January 1975, spitting and threatening staff. June 1977, striking an officer. July 1978, assault on correctional officer. July 1985, possession of a hacksaw blade. July 93, possession of a stabbing instrument. September 95, threatening to kill a police officer. April 1983, possession of marijuana. April 1995, trafficking narcotics. June 2015, refusal to provide urine sample. February 1993, assault and battery on non-prisoner. March 1999, battery on an inmate with a weapon. December 2003, possession of a deadly weapon. June 2009, possession of a wristwatch. So, he was either trying to bake a cake. Or he was trying to build something, or he flat out is just batshit crazy.
I mean, maybe he just wanted to look fashionable and know what time it was.
But you look at it, just imagine, this is just his prison stints.
Yeah.
100 infractions while in prison. So we're talking about what kind of infractions would he have if he would have never gotten caught? Would have never faced anything. Who would he have been? Would he have been the Jack Ripper, is what some people are like, the modern day Jack Ripper?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But see, the difference is he never got his hands dirty. He never actually killed anybody. That's the big thing. He just had other people kill for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once he was actually in jail, he was like, well, fuck it. I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
The only latest mugshot that we were able to get is the one, and it's from August 14th because they update them once every year.
Right.
So that's the only way we were able to get it. But this is Manson at 83 years old now.
Yeah.
And I will...
Helps if you change camera.
No, I was working on it. So that is Manson now. So that I find that interesting that he would even be considered for, I don't know, man. I guess, I don't know. Is that, what do you think? I'm curious. I want you to weigh in on that because I'm curious. So a lot of people are like, if you're good, You deserve a second chance. You should get a second chance.
So this is my thing. Okay, this is
And because I have a lot of friends that are troublemakers. So I'm curious to hear what they have to say, because I know a lot of my friends that were really bad back in the day. Hell, I was really bad back in the day. But you reach a point where you're like, you know what, I can't do this shit no more. I can't act like this. I can't be like this. You know what I mean?
right.
So what do you think, Siobhan?
I think that just because you're old, just because you're close to dying, just because XYZ that goes along with that, you have health problems, whatever, if you're in jail because you facilitated or participated or whatever in a murder, I'm sorry, but you get to rot. Sorry, not sorry, you should rot in jail. And that's only if the state that you live in or get indicted in doesn't have the death penalty.
Yeah,
if you kill someone, you deserve to...
He didn't actually kill anybody, though. He only cut a guy's ear off with a sword in the 60s.
Right. But he was the mastermind.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You not only mastermind a multiple homicide.
I want to give a huge shout out real quick, Siobhan, because Rocky is dueling it right now. He's in the YouTube and he's on Facebook Live with us.
We love you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so not only did you facilitate and mastermind this, homicide, this multiple homicide, but then on top of that, there's all these other things that you did, taking advantage of young women who were lost and confused and etc., giving them drugs and then sleeping with them and taking advantage in that sense. And then furthermore, you were, convincing this large group of people that you're some kind of messiah and that as long as they follow you and never betray you, that everything's going to be okay.
Right. I just, nobody... I don't know. So Fuck You Hater says the only reason he's up for parole is the time frame on his sentence.
Right.
And Rocky X says, "Aunt, go poop on the floor. If you do it, is it my fault because I told you to? Look up his hair sculptures he's made in prison." Yeah, so we're gonna bring that up on your do you have your iPad with you, Siobhan?
I do.
All right, so see if you can bring it up up on there, and we'll show everybody. At first, before we get into more of this topic, I just want to give a huge shout out to Birdman hanging out in the live chat with us. Good morning, Birdman. MusicFamiliaProductions.com. I'm going to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors right now. Good opportunity to do so. Columbus Botanical Depot, my man Joe Brennan. Call him 614-407-4420, 14 West Pasemont, Columbus, Ohio, 43202. Mention Ant-Man VS, hashtag Ant-Man VS. Get 10% off of your first purchase there. Go ahead, call my man Ryan Woods of Designs by Raw for logos, designs, business, websites, all that fun stuff, man. DesignsByRaw.com, and that's designs with a Z, not an S. byraw.com, 614-425-7901. Give them a call. Let them know that Ant-Man sent you. You'll get 10% off there as well. Also, I want to give a huge shout-out right now to youtube.com/RockyXTV, my YouTube partner in crime. Check it out for all your DIY on your vehicle needs. This guy's got what you need. So make sure you check him out on youtube.com/RockyXTV. Find him rocky.tvchannel@gmail.com, and facebook.com/RockyXTV. Give him some love. So, we are talking about Charles Manson being up, being a model inmate now. And who knows? Could he be out? Who knows? I mean, some people say he's going to be denied. Other people think, he's been 20 months good. So who knows? I guess we'll find out. Rocky XTV and YouTube chat. By the way, go over to musicfamiliaproductions.com. Subscribe to our channel. Be part of it. And you guys can join the live chat with us right now live. So right now, Bromance says don't hurt children. Rocky XTV, he made sock sculptures as well, and he also says Johnny Depp has some of his stuff. He's a big murderabilia collector. Something I didn't know. That's something I didn't know about.
Okay.
But
this is some of his artwork: paper mache mask, plaster sculpture, a painting, a couple of paintings.
I'm gonna go to
here's.
While you're looking that up
the
real quick,
hair stuff.
I'm going to go to Facebook Live. Larry Trimmer from Lynettes Country BBQ is hanging out with us, Facebook Live.
Hey there, sir.
Yeah. Rick and Jane and Adam and Dale and Stephanie and Denise and Dave and Tommy and Steph and Steve and everybody hanging out with us on Facebook Live. Tammy. Like, we appreciate you guys. So make sure you guys head over to musicfamiliaproductions.com, subscribe, be part of that. But yeah, dude, he is crazy, dude. And so what'd you find? What else did you find?
So I found a site called Psychos R Us. And it's got a couple of pictures of some of his artwork that he's done while he's been in prison. And I did find one of his hair sculpture. However, I'm going to have to... There we go. Okay. So he's got a couple of different things he's done, but this is his hair sculpture that he did. And this is made from human hair. It's actually...
Wow.
I'll say it's pretty impressive, actually.
Wow.
Like, that's actually... It's really impressive.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive.
It's pretty legit, yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with that.
And I will post the link, or I'll share the page to the Sunday Morning Meltdown page, as well as my page for the Psychos R Us website that has a few more items that he's done. There's some paintings, some sculptures, paper mache mask, a couple of other things. So I'll throw that up there as well.
Wow, man. But see, I want you to consider this. This is something I really want you guys to consider. So keep in mind that, keep in mind that Manson family killer just became one step closer to freedom. The youngest member of Charles Manson's murderous family went before a parole panel for the 21st time and took a big step forward to being released. You guys remember Leslie Van Houten? She is now 68 years old, was granted parole suitably at a hearing at the California Institution for Women in Corona, California on Wednesday. That doesn't mean she's out, but it's a big step towards that. There's a 5-month process in which all of her records will be reviewed, and the file will then go to Governor Jerry Brown, who can either uphold the parole recommendations, reverse it, or modify it. She shouldn't get her hopes up. Last year, the board made the same recommendation, and Brown nixed it. As we reported, Van Houten was equipped with a 13-page report saying she was immature and brainwashed by Manson as a 19-year-old when she stabbed and murdered Len and Rosemary LeBlanca, and fellow Manson family killer Patricia Krenwinkel was denied parole in June. So everybody is still sitting time. Everybody else died. So kind of crazy. So I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think he should stay. I mean, obviously,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that he should still be, and I don't... It's similar to the case that was recently in the news about, and I can't remember his name, but the elderly gentleman that's in the news, and he had killed several people, and he wasn't remorseful, and, he's got serious health issues, but they wanted to parole him, or at least maybe it was not give him the death sentence, I think is what it was, and let him live out at least live out the rest of his life, because his attorney's argument was, well, because of how sick he is, he's not going to live very long. So just let him live out those last couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. I don't really care.
Right.
You did what you did, and you got sentenced, and now your time is up.
But what about those guys that reform? What about all those guys that don't do, like, I mean, you're telling me, because if you do it for one, you gotta do it. You gotta find a.
So this is my thing. If you can truly prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that you have changed your ways and you are no longer a killer and you are no longer that manipulator and you are no longer all of those things, then absolutely you should be given a second chance, because I believe in second chances. But just because you stop beating up guards and stop doing these things, or you get smarter and don't get caught, that's not a good enough reason of, oh, you should get parole. Oh, and because you're, 83 years old.
I don't mean to sound harsh, but I kind of feel like, before we close out on this topic, I feel like if he got out, he's been in there for so long. So, I mean, he could manipulate a whole, kids are so easily perceptive. He could get the hang of social media. He could get the hang of whatever.
This is the thing too. I think that it also depends on the person and the circumstances. Like, he was so highly publicized that I think that that's an issue too. Like
Casey Anthony, like the mom who killed her.
Oh
kids
yeah. I mean, so this is my thing. If you take Charles Manson and you take some random Joe Smo who did the same thing as he did but didn't get publicized,
right?
There's a huge difference between that. And if you let that person back out into the world, and what will happen because of that?
I think he only survived in prison because people think he's batshit fucking crazy, and everybody's fucking scared of him. If it would have been me or you or whoever, we would have got shanked in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the woman that got killed was pregnant. So Fuck You Hater says, let's talk about letting an innocent man free, Scott Peterson. Send him to an old folks prison, let him get his willy wet a couple of times and breathe some fresh air.
Right.
Rocky XTV said he'll start another Manson family or senior citizenship. Murderous grannies. Oh, man. So, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. It's going to play out real soon, so I'm going to make sure that we're ready for it.
I really don't think he'll get parole, honestly. I mean, he's been up for parole a few times throughout the years, and I think maybe only 2 or 3, but, he's never gotten it.
I want to talk about Jimmy Fallon's mother, Gloria Fallon, died yesterday. And Jimmy Fallon is a huge person in my life. Like, I've watched him ever since he was on SNL, and I watched some of his earlier stuff, and I've seen some of his stand up before he was Jimmy Fallon, And so it was really hard to see because he's such a very passionate guy about what he does. And she died Saturday at the hospital in NYC, according to family spokesperson. The Tonight Show host's mom reportedly died at NYU Lang One Medical Center with Jimmy and other family members by her side. The news of her death comes just one day after Friday's taping of Fallon's show was canceled for a family emergency. And several reports say his mother was very ill. As we were talked about it, for Jimmy's loss, Questlove expressed sympathies and condolences for the family. As we guys know, Questlove is a band member on his live band, and obviously Grassroots, of course. The Roots, of course. Grassroots. Wow, I was reading a article this morning about Tennessee Grassroots and stuff like that, and it's easy to get those two together. So hopefully everything works out for Jimmy, and everybody will be working it out. Hey, so Siobhan, are you into football?
It depends on the team.
I know you're Pittsburgh rape artists. So what reason why
we don't play with flat balls?
Deflated balls, senior citizen balls, and it's gonna turn into Manson balls. Like the deflated, it's gonna be Deflategate, like Manson Deflategate. Anyway, so Justin Timberlake confirms that he's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's gonna be sweet. And rumor has it that Janet Jackson might be stopping in for an appearance to do a performance.
She gonna drop her
Everybody's asking. Everybody's asking. I think that is actually one of the biggest stories that's like trending right now, and it's funny to me. It makes me laugh. So Kate Hudson, you're a huge Kate Hudson fan. Like, as far as independent women go, like, I'd say you really, when we talk about movies, we talk about actresses, you really perk up when we talk about Kate Hudson.
I really like her. She's an amazing actress, and she's a very smart, independent type of woman, and I can appreciate that.
So her athletic company settles with an ex-employee. They decided to let bygones be bygones. So Kate Hudson's online retailer just cleared out one of its legal headaches by settling its lawsuit against one of their employees. Talitha Peters, a former exec for Fabletics, filed new legal documents obtained by MFP to have her lawsuit against the retailer thrown out after striking a huge settlement for a undisclosed amount. Kate is the owner of Fabletics, and as you talked about one other time, being a huge fan of Kate, she's kind of just taken this, like you said, she's kind of a personal person. She's just taking it, and she's gonna just settle, let it go, be done with it.
I mean, that's kind of the way to do it. And furthermore, I mean, because of the position she's in and because of who she is, trying to fight it is just almost more trouble than it's worth in her situation. So, in a sense, some people will say, oh, well, she settled, so she's guilty. That's admitting guilt. But not always. Sometimes it just makes more sense, business speaking, business-wise, to take that loss than spend all that time, energy, and effort and get possibly drugged through the mud, if you will, to save your name.
Right.
What kind of damage do you do trying to save your name?
Right. So Peters filed the lawsuit last October claiming that Hudson's company gave her the axe because she went to rehab to treat her Ambien addiction. And Peter said the retailer was all good with her taking time off at first, but then stuck their nose in her business and 86'd her the day that she was supposed to come back to work. Case closed. I think, man, in the time of harassment and the time of all this crap going on for an employer to do this to an employee, I feel like it's like the harassment thing, but there's really not harassment thing because it's female to female, so it's not as bad. So I feel like because it got settled so quickly, it's not going to be as big of a deal.
Right.
And I'm kind of surprised to see just some of that conversation.
I didn't know that you could have an Ambien addiction. I mean, I guess it doesn't surprise me. I took Ambien for a little while, and I know how it made me feel. So, I guess I could see how you could be addicted to it, but I didn't know that was really a thing. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Kevin Spacey's new come out? Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, that.
And then Netflix decided, they're in the middle of shooting their seasons for House of Cards for Netflix.
Yeah.
And they just
and then done. Yeah.
Done.
Their
assholes probably are raw from how much money they just lost.
Yeah, I just, it's
You think about man, the salaries and
Yeah, I don't really know yet. Like, I'm still not sure what my opinions are on that. Like, I've been thinking about it, and because I had a feeling you would bring it up and ask, and I still don't really know how I feel about it, honestly.
I'm a huge Spacey fan, or I was. All right, I will see, and there's that. Like, I don't know. Fuck you, hater. Yeah, I do want to know a Super Bowl performer secret. You go right ahead. I think the whole titty thing was planned. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Because think about how much it got her afterwards. You know.
So today in Hollywood, harassment, new accusers. Netflix dropped Spacey and Juliana Margulies. So this is new. This just came up. This just happened. Literally. So Julia Margulies sat down with Jenny Hutt on her show, Just Jenny, to discuss the experience of sexual harassment in Hollywood on The Good Wife. She recounted being persecuted by Steven Seagal in his hotel room. I lived in Brooklyn, and I said, "Oh, I don't do that. I don't travel. I don't have money for a cab." She said she recalled. After being convinced to go, she said Seagal was standing there alone in his hotel room with a gun when then a 23-year-old actress arrived. So she's claiming that Steven Seagal even did this. So this is really, really coming out now. I mean, I'm not trying to, Siobhan, I don't want to upset you. I don't want to piss you off at all. But is there such thing as women lying about that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
is it really the whole boy cried wolf kind of thing?
It's there are various reasons why a woman would say that something happened and it not be true. And it's not just women, men as well. There are various reasons for why someone would say that something happened that isn't true and didn't happen. And in most cases, it's a legitimate, that person felt really uncomfortable by the things in which this other person were doing. And so because it wasn't quite enough to say they're harassing me, they stretched the truth a little bit. A lot of the times that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it more often than not. A lot of cases where one person comes forward and their story is legit and what they say is true, and then you hear, just like with the Weinstein, what is it, 150 women or something like that now? And no way am I saying that any of them are lying. Don't get me wrong, right. But it's possible that some of those women are not being truthful and they just want to be part of the masses and included in it and get their 5 seconds.
Yeah. True that.
So, and it's ironic, too, that now that that's happened, all of these other people are coming forward about other celebrities that had done similar acts.
Yeah.
And I always think it's ironic when something like that happens and then all of these people start popping up out of the woodwork like, oh, me too, me too, me too. And, if you legitimately were in that situation and something happened to you, I am so sorry that happened to you, and absolutely you deserve to get something in return for that. That inconvenience, that pain, that trauma that you suffered. Absolutely. But if you're saying, me too, just because you want the attention, then fall off a cliff. As far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough. Hey, I wanted you guys to, speaking of falling off a cliff, this is a good segue to definitely plug the new Wayland CD called Rinse and Repeat. So make sure you go over to waylandtheband.com and get this. awesome album right here. Mitch, Philip, Dean, and Nigel make up Wayland. Great guys. We did an interview with Mitch, and I'll have that up by the end of the day. And Fuck You Hater says they pay a shit ton of money to play. That's the NFL secret. And the NFL make artists bid to play. That is true, but if I remember correctly, Lady Gaga was invited by if I'm not mistaken, Roger Goodell or the NFL people, because it was in Lady Gaga's documentary on Netflix. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out as well, check out Lady Gaga's documentary on Netflix. Pretty informative.
Very informative. Very personal. Very, like, I feel like it was almost more personal than some of the other documentaries.
You feel like you're sitting on the couch with her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've seen things and read things before that say that she's a very down to earth, one-on-one personal type of person, and that if you watch interviews with her, you can see that and things like that. But this documentary really puts it out there, and she holds nothing back. She hides nothing, and you really get to see who she is and what she struggles with every day, and that really she's just an everyday person, just like you or I, struggling to get by.
Yeah. So, something that's not going to be struggling to get by, Siobhan. The new Thor Ragnarok is coming out.
I'm so excited. I got to find a babysitter. I want to see it in theaters.
It's being stated that it is going to be a must-see for even casual Marvel fans. Chris Hemsworth returns as Thor in Thor Ragnarok, and Marvel's most funnest movie in years. And you don't even need to know all that much about the franchise to enjoy it, I don't think. I think it's one of those things that you can just fall in and be like, I wanna know more. You know what I mean? And it's not like some movies where you're like, oh shit, now I gotta go back and get the fourth and the third and I gotta figure it out. Like, I feel like any fan can just fall into it. So, without spoiling too much, just to let you guys know, Ragnarok finds Asgard first secretly under the control of Thor's troublemaking brother Loki. That's Tom Hiddleston. And then falling under the destructive power of Hela, which is Cate Blanchett, which is going to be awesome. I love Cate Blanchett.
Yes.
And the goddess of death. So I think Baby Maze should go see this movie. Because she's daughter of Lilith.
Yeah, she's a bit young for that still.
She reveals some deep, dark secrets while destroying things for fun, and Thor gets sidetracked in a mission to save his kingdom, and hilarity ensues, and it's just awesome. Jeff Goldblum, Mark Ruffalo, just a handful of awesome names that really awesomely are going to be able to put... I don't know, man. This is going to be like a third. This is like the third, right? Ragnarok.
I believe so.
Yeah.
For the
Thor. For the Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first and the second. Yeah. This is the third.
Fuck You Hater says her management still paid the NFL. Well, I mean, yeah. But I bet her deal was a little bit sweeter than Justin's.
Maybe.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I bet that would be interesting. What we should do, we should find a way to compare ticket sales and talk about that on the weekend and talk about what stars are doing or what promotions are doing differently to get each artist more than the other. Because I hear it's a competitive market.
Absolutely.
So, I know you're not much fan of TV. And I know you're like pushing your husband to get rid of cable, but
yeah, because anything and everything we want to watch, we can get online. He just doesn't want to do the work.
Yeah.
Which really isn't that much work. It's not like we don't have Netflix. We have all the other, yeah. Anyways.
So what do you got for us? You got anything for us?
I do, actually. It's 9:55, and you kind of stole the show, so I guess
we're going over today. It's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, are we? Well, shit, I guess I should have let my husband know. He's stuck at home with the baby, and he thought I was coming home right away. So I do have a couple of stories here. The big ones that I wanted to talk about were the love story, which I guess since we're running over, if you want to, you can play it. But
I know I do. What? What do you mean if I want to? What do you mean if I want to?
Oh, yeah. It's time for Love News with Siobhan.
Alrighty, so I have a story here about a woman that says that her boyfriend dumped her because of the smell of her vagina. Yeah, so she's a doctor at that. So a doctor has urged other women to break up with any partners who criticize their vaginas after sharing her own personal experiences with a nasty fella. So Dr. Jean Guttner spoke out after commenting on recent reports that women have been using Vicks Vapor Rub to cleanse their vaginas. Why the hell that seems like a good idea to a woman, I don't really understand, but I digress. Writing on her blog, the Canadian gynecologist slammed the ridiculous trend before revealing that she had previously broken up with a man who had criticized her privates. She said, "For what I'm sure is the 100th time, the vagina needs no cleaning and the vulva needs very little. I know the array of useless feminine washes and wipes at the drugstore and the divil spouted by Gwyneth Paltrow via Goop imply otherwise, but I'm actually the expert." I love it. So she then shared a very personal story about the time that she ditched a man who made some despairing comments about her own vagina. She writes, "I once dated a guy who insinuated my vagina did not smell right. He was an AS in other ways too." Yeah, you can obviously get where she was going with that. So I didn't see it until he impuged my vagina. For example, he thought my hair would be better if it were straight. Sadly, I took the bait. It wasn't.
So let's get everybody on Facebook caught up. What we're talking about, we're doing a sex talk on musicfamiliaproductions.com with Siobhan, and Siobhan's topic today is
my boyfriend dumped me because of the smell of my vagina. Yeah. So she goes on to say, he thought I would look better if I dressed a certain way. Again, I took the bait. I just felt worse. When it came around to telling me my vagina could smell better, it finally clicked that this is a form of control that men often use. Fortunately, I am an appropriately confident vagina expert, and I had a light bulb moment and dumped his sorry ass. I realized that this may border on TMI, but honestly, if it happened to me, I bet it has happened to other women. The impassionate post continues, "If you think that you have a medical condition, see a doctor. If your partner insinuates that an artificial smell is preferable to the smell of your normal vagina, they are the one who has an issue, not you." Telling women how they can be better is a classic way of tapping into body image issues, and honestly, in my personal opinion, it's a form of abuse.
Wow.
And this actually is the perfect segue with the body shaming and body image to go into the next story that I'd like to talk about.
All right.
So I know that I am constantly, finding ways to make fun of Trump, or his cabinet, whoever. Well, apparently the LA Times, one of their columnists, body shamed Sanders. So LA Times political columnist David Horsey body shamed White House press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders in his last anti-Trump hit piece, describing her as a chunky soccer mom. He originally wrote Wednesday that Sanders does not look like the kind of woman that President Donald Trump would choose for the high-profile role, assuming he would prefer sleek, beautiful, with long legs and stiletto heels, who could pass for arm candy, in addition to serving as the White House top spokesperson. The Times' two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning editorial cartoonist and columnist went on to mention that the first daughter, Ivanka Trump, and First Lady Melania Trump are closer to the Barbie dolls in short, tight skirts that he envisions Trump preferring at the press briefing podium on a regular basis. By comparison, Saunders looks more like a slightly chunky soccer mom who organizes snacks for the kids' games, he wrote, rather than the fake eyelashes and formal dresses she puts on for news briefings. Sanders seems as if she's more comfortable in sweats and running shoes. The LA Times columnist even offered an insulting backhanded compliment. Yet, even if Trump privately wishes he had a supermodel for a press secretary, he is lucky to have Sanders. Sanders, who was promoted from deputy press secretary when Sean Spicer stepped down earlier this year, is the daughter of a former Arkansas governor, Mike Huckabee. She's been working in politics her entire adult life and is well respected among GOP insiders. In 2010, well before landing a job with Trump's White House, Time named her one of the 40 Under 40, a group of young civic leaders that the magazine considered rising stars of American politics. However, the Times columnist went on to call Sanders a liar, a failure, and a pro at being ignorant. He also, in another recent column about the recent allegations of powerful men sexually harassing women, referred to Trump as a sexually aggressive creep. That I definitely agree with. It's curious to think what Jorge would say, who is politically correct when it's convenient, would feel about fat-shaming Sanders on a day when it doesn't fit his anti-Trump agenda. It should be noted that he doesn't only shame the appearance of females, as he has mocked Trump in cartoons, calling him a bloated orange mess, among other things. The LA Times and Horsey did not immediately respond to separate requests for comment. Shortly after Fox News asked for comment, the Times removed all references to Sanders' appearance and added a note that said, "I want to apologize to Times readers and to Sarah Huckabee Sanders for a description that was insensitive and failed to meet the standards of our newspaper. It also failed to meet the expectations I have set for myself. It surely won't be my last mistake, but this particular error will be scrupulously avoided in my future commentaries. I've removed the offending description," is what he wrote. So this is my thing. I don't give two shits if you criticize her competence, if you criticize her ability to tell the truth. I don't care if you criticize the way that she talks when she's out there representing the president. That's all good, but don't body shame someone.
Right.
It's not okay in any sense of the... It's never okay. This is why we have 13-year-olds who are anorexic and bulimic. And this is why we have 10-year-olds who are trying to commit suicide because they feel like they're not good enough.
I think this is an entitlement.
And
there's a level of entitlement. Because I am, because I am who I am, I can do what I want, and you won't tell anybody because I'll destroy your career.
We should be promoting people to know that they're beautiful in their own way. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, and you don't have to fit into A, B, or C mold to be beautiful.
Right.
Break the mold. Be your own.
Yep.
You don't have to fall into that.
Well, Siobhan.
So he is one of my douchebag criminals of the day, clearly.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And I actually, on a lighter note, I have another douchebag criminal here to end the show with. And so a man was jailed for repeatedly sending strippers to his neighbor's house.
How do you get jailed? How do you get jailed for sending strippers to your neighbor's house?
So a Nebraska man has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for sending prostitutes to strip on his neighbor's front porch dozens of times over a 3-year period. The Omaha World Herald reports that 45-year-old Douglas Goldsby of Elkhorn was sentenced Friday in Douglas County District Court after pleading no contest in September to pandering. Authorities say he hired prostitutes to bare their breasts and strip on his neighbor's porch while he watched from his house. The family with 2 small children reported that women had showed up as many as 75 times since 2013, exposing themselves and sometimes kicking the door and yelling for payment. Goldsberry also has been indicted in federal court for possession of child porn and faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted.
Holy shit, dude. Like, so you're telling me, I know a lot of my guy friends, I know a lot of my guy friends' wives wouldn't appreciate it. But I know a lot of my guy friends would be like, dude, thanks for sending me the strippers, bro. Now, unless my neighbors, my very, very church, God-loving neighbors, if it was them, I could see it might be kind of annoying. It might really upset them.
Yeah, just a little.
But, you know, oh, wow. Yeah, man. That's quite interesting to be able to do that. I didn't know you could get arrested for that. You know, I really never thought about that.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
So that means you would definitely...
And it's almost, I'm surprised that he didn't get like a harassment charge out of it too, really, because that could be considered harassment.
Yeah, or, well, you know, that's like, or, I figured maybe like inciting panic. Or not, or disturbing the peace.
Yeah, more along the lines of maybe just disturbing the peace, absolutely.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, so is there anything else before we get ready to close out the show?
Well, I think that's about it for now. But you know, watch my Facebook page, Siobhan at Siobhan MFP on Facebook. I've got some things that'll post over the course of the next couple of days to keep you guys updated and interested.
All right, cool. So I am Ant-Man. You have been listening to Sunday Morning Meltdown. And just so I don't want her to be ignored, Michelle Grace Ruff commented menacing even, possibly.
Yes, absolutely. And I love you, Chica. I know I haven't seen you in forever, but I love you and I miss you.
All right, guys. I want to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors. Combs Botanical Depot, 614-407-4420. My man Joe and Max over there. Go ahead and give them a call. Let them know that Ant-Man sent you. You'll use the hashtag AntManVS for 10% off of your first purchase with them. Call Ryan Woods at designsbyraw.com. Designs with a Z, not an S, by raw.com. 614-425-7901. Go ahead, hit them up. My man Ryan handles graphic design work, logos, all that fun stuff. So for all you new bands and new boys out there, make sure you guys get with him. And my YouTube partner in crime, youtube.com/RockyXTV. Find him on Facebook.com/RockyXTV for all your DIY on your vehicle needs. And also, PhotoNation AP, my man Dave Sheet's going to be handling some photos. I'm even going to use him for some family photos. So if you need a good family price, coming around 50 days until Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need photos, if you need a cute puppy picture, get a hold of Dave over at PhotoNation AP, man. I'm sure he'll throw in a sweet deal for you for a holiday if you need something small taken care of quickly. Go ahead, get a hold of my man over there, and go ahead, check out Lynettes Children's Charity and Lynettes Country BBQ. Both great things. I want to give a huge shout out to my man Larry Trimmer, and also Columbus Events Group. Miss Mary Kaufman over there and all the boys and girls over there. Thank you guys so much for letting us come hang out at the Hinder Show over the weekend.
Absolutely. It was a blast.
Definitely awesome. And we saw Roy and Monty.
Yes, Licking County Metalheads.
Licking County Metalheads.
Always good to see those guys.
Yeah, let those guys know that they are family, and we it was good to see them out out face to face. I'm used to watching them. They were on hiatus for a while, but now they're back. So it's awesome to be able to check that out every week.
Good guys.
So find them on YouTube. Give them some love for sure. And I will see you guys Thursday for Ant-Man Versus, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. MusicFamiliaProductions.com. We are looking for sponsors. We're doing local advertising. We have a whole new pricing assortment for all your pricing needs. And I assure you, local people, you want to get a hold of us. So go ahead and do that. AntmanVS at MusicFamiliaProductions.com or Siobhan at MusicFamiliaProductions.com or FrontOffice at MusicFamiliaProductions.com if you have questions about anything that we're talking about here. So, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for doing what you do as artists, musicians, and thank you for everybody who got up and woke up with us this morning. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys later this week.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Saturday, December 9th, 2017, Alarosa Villa. Big Smoke. Mike Bama. Jay Luke. Rich Regal. Big Poe. All under one roof with local support from Six Gun Justice. And DJ Cyrus Neutron is going to be spinning it all night long. Check out Lynettes Country BBQ on the patio. Tickets are $17 in advance, $20 at the door. There's a $3 surcharge for anyone under 21. Make sure you drink and drive responsibly. 5055 Sinclair Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43229, man. See you guys there. Tickets are available, ticketfly.com.
The Old Bag of Nails, located in Gahanna at 63 Mill Street off of Hamilton Road and Granville Street in the Creekside Plaza, offers you the best in fried fish, along with mouth-watering soups and salads, and the best sandwiches and steaks in Central Ohio. You're guaranteed to leave satisfied and wanting more. So take it from us at The Score. If you're looking for the best fried fish and the finest burgers and steaks, visit the friendly folks, The Old Bag of Nails, 63 Mill Street in Gahanna in the Creekside Plaza. Or give them a call at 614-337-9430. That's 614-337-9430.